It's a little bit of both, but a lot of the people that I hire actually have never been in the industry, and have never trimmed before. The nice thing about hiring people that don't have, any history or any experience is that we get to train them from scratch. We get to train them, with our standards, with our technique. Now, with the regulated industry, there's a lot of compliance that's in place, and there's a lot of things that you can't do. For example, a lot of people like to, trim with bare hands, which it adds a little more dexterity, and some people just prefer, and they say that they're much faster. But we have, lab testing and contaminants, and that's just not okay to do anymore. So a lot of times, even just using gloves is something that people have to get used to. So no, a lot of times we end up hiring people that have absolute no experience, and they end up, they loving it and they excel and they do really well. It's definitely an entry level position. It's not for everyone because it is, it's monotonous, and you do sit for, 8 to 10 hours depending on your shift, and it could be hard. A lot of people listen to music and podcasts, so it is a good entry level position. One of the reasons is because you get to understand even just the anatomy of the plant. After the cultivator spends months, growing it, the final presentation, it's up to us. I always say we have one of the best jobs in the world because we're the final hands that touch it before it goes into the jar and it gets over to the consumer. So we have to make it look pretty and make sure that it's, presentable. A lot of places it's, top shelf. So being a trimmer gives you, hands-on experience, especially with us because we're mobile. We get to see different operations and different strains and the way different people do things. And so you're exposed to a lot more than you would be if you were just working in a garden. The nice thing about us is also that you get to, you get trained to do a bunch of different things. So it's not just, one particular job. So it is entry level, but you are exposed to various different functions. The industry has changed a lot. It's gotten, very corporate. And so, we always want to put our best foot forward. We have dress code now. Sometimes people have this notion that we're sitting around in, lawn chairs, smoking joints, listening to music and having a blast. Although sometimes we do have a blast, it's illegal to smoke a joint at a facility. These are our clients, and we're there to, show them that we're there to provide a good service, and, and that we're professional, that, we're clean cut. We're not bringing, contaminants in, and that we take our job seriously. This is a real 9 to 5, Monday through Friday job now. And there's labor laws, there's sexual harassment training, there's a lot of things that come with it. But the thing is, punctual attendance is super important in any job. But it's no longer the days where people said, I'm a trimmer and I'm available today, but I don't really feel like working tomorrow. And, I got a festival that I've got to go to. And so those days are over. Like, we expect, commitment, dedication, and attendance. We have very high expectations of our staff just to make sure that, we're providing a good service and that we're there to support our clients, which is ultimately what, what we're there to do. As I developed these relationships with a lot of my clients, I saw the need, or sometimes they would ask, hey, do you know anyone that knows how to prune? Do you know anyone that knows how to, make clones? And so I would get a lot of these requests. And sometimes I happen to have someone on my team that has grow experience. Hey, do you want to go help them in the garden? And so it was more of a natural evolution to kind of be a one-stop shop and be able to support our clients as much as possible. After it's done drying, we offer bucking services. So we can come in, buck everything down, get it into totes or buckets. From there, we can trim it. When we're done trimming, someone has to package it. So we're there to do packaging, we're there to do labeling. Sometimes you want to make pre-rolls. So it's nice to be able to support our clients and just have one company to call for all their various positions. We work with cultivators. We also work with distribution centers and help them do co-packing. So we have distribution centers where they buy bulk product. They need it to be put, weighed, put in jars and labeled, and they need someone to do it and do it quickly. They might not need the staff all the time. We are actually going to be expanding next year. We're going to start, offering butt tenders and delivery drivers, which requires a little more eye on compliance. But we want to expand so that we can help more clients in their time of needs when staffing is an issue, but they may not need to hire people full time, long term. We want to be able to help them out as much as possible.